Once again, back is the incredible.
Got no time to waste, I'm starting the song right here. A minute 17, really ain't long to spit. So I'ma keep the flow, listen right up, it's clear.
Hey guys, what's happening? So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to have a little bit of a story time with you guys, talking about my experience in dating and how it could help you. So let me tell you about a particular girl that I dated, which really is what pushed me into the red pill. That's going to be the BPD girl. You know, everybody dates one of those. I think that a lot of people conflate BPD to just a bad girl. But in this instance, she fit a lot of the characteristics of a BPD girl. She was already going to the doctor for psychological treatment and seeing psychiatrists, seeing a therapist, things like that, on medication. So the proof is in the pudding. But anyway, so back to the story. I dated this girl for about 14 months on and off. It was one of those situations where there was extreme highs and extreme lows. And that's what kind of draws you into the relationship. The same way a guy does in relationships when he gives her the highs and lows and she loves it emotionally. Women can do that to a guy and make him want to fix her. You're not going to fix a chick like that. There's no fixing it. So don't even try. But I didn't know that at the time. And the highs were so high and the intimacy was so awesome that it made you try to look over the other things because you have a lack of options. Okay, you're not a guy that lives in abundance. So when this girl approaches you, she kind of takes you into her frame. And that went on and off for 14 months. Getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, you know, constant her breaking up with me breaking up with her, wanting to make it work. The one kind of situation, all of the red flags you should be looking for, but I wasn't. And then ultimately what made me want to transition out of that was I just outgrew her. I started looking in the red pill. I read The Rational Male, and that changed my life because I adopted that mindset and just washed my hands of the situation. You can't fix broken, okay? And it's not your job. Men try to fix situations, but she ain't your problem, okay? So she can either change the way she is or you can move on. And that's not to say anything bad about her. It's just you choose not to be in that situation. So anyway, as far as BPD girls go, I'll talk to you about my personal experience, and then you just kind of take with it what you will. I don't push the whole personal as universal. I'm just telling you my story and how it could help you. But anyway, so she was much younger than me, plus very attractive, plus but it was the extreme highs and extreme lows that kind of draw you in. And when I say extreme lows, like being depressed, laid up in the bed, not taking care of herself, and then she would get in a high again where she'd be taking care of herself, eating right, you know, being very loving, very caring, to the point to where like this girl's amazing, and then immediately transition back over. And I remember one night in particular, this was one of the worst nights. We had went out drinking with some friends, and she started getting hammered. And this started becoming a reoccurring thing. If you allow this to happen, it's death by 1,000 concessions. So if you allow this behavior, it will continue to happen. It will get worse. So we'd go out drinking, she'd get hammered and act like an idiot. Go out drinking, she'd get hammered and act like an idiot. And it started happening over and over and over. And, you know, they'll start acting out. They'll start talking to guys. They'll start doing this, that, and other. They'll break up with you. They'll see other guys. But anyway, on that particular night, she was drinking very heavily. And then when it come time to go home, she started acting rowdy. Well, we had stopped at a gas station, and she was acting a fool in the gas station. I think we'd got in an argument. And she went to the gas station and she was wanting to use their phone. I'm going to use their phone to call my mom or something like that. And I went in there and I said, look, you're going to get arrested because you're hammered. So let's go home. Her friend's in the car. You know, she's like, oh, she's acting like her again. And anyway, so I went in there to get her. I said, let's go. The guy that owns the store was like, hey, you got to get her out of here. I'm going to have to call the cops. She starts acting like a fool. I grabbed the phone. And when I grabbed the phone, she went crazy. So at that point, I just snatched her up and pulled her out to the car. And while I'm trying to pull her out to the car, she immediately starts going, yelling my name. Oh, I can't believe you're doing this. And grabs me by the throat with her fingernails and locks them in. I've got blood coming down my throat. I grab the door, toss her in the car, close the door. She immediately calls her mom in the car. Her friend has gotten out of the car and took off running. Is gone. She's gone. She calls her parents. They go home. Anyway, the mom is the same way. The mom understands the behavior because she is the same person. If you'll look at the way the mom acts a lot of time, she conditioned that behavior in that kid. And if the emotional scars are there and she's conditioning the behavior as well, broken home, daddy issues, all of those things that she had, medication, therapy, psychology, or psychiatric care, the mom just basically says, take her home. Take her home. And so I did. And then when we got home, she's immediately crying, bawling her eyes out. You know, I can't believe you did this. You know, flips it over into victimhood when she was the one that was acting crazy. And it doesn't change, guys. It doesn't get any better. And there's so much better women out there. Why would a guy with options deal with that? Because you don't have options. If you're a guy without options, you start to have a scarcity mentality and you put up with things that you shouldn't. So that's something to remember. Use this as a catalyst to make yourself better. Take from my trouble and my wrong decisions in my earlier dating before I became red pill mindset and alpha nature, that you don't make those same mistakes. And if you have, maybe you'll do what I did and make your situation better. Okay, guys? See you guys later.